Trinidad and Tobago Public Service Vehicle, Hired, Driver's Examination Guide, Part 1 of 2. Question 1. How can a taxi driver determine the maximum number of passengers they are legally allowed to carry? A. Ask the vehicle owner. B. Check the number displayed on the right front door of the taxi. C. Review the insurance policy. D. Estimate, based on the vehicle's size. Answer. B. Check the number displayed on the right front door of the taxi. Question 2. Where must a driver keep their driving permit and vehicle insurance while on the roadway, as specified by law? A. At home. B. At the office and be able to produce them within 48 hours if requested by the police. C. Anywhere that is convenient. D. Either on their person or in the vehicle. Answer. D. Either on their person or in the vehicle. Question 3. What is the maximum number of hours a public service vehicle driver is allowed to work within a 24-hour period? A. 8 hours. B. 6 hours. C. 10 hours, with no more than 5.5 continuous hours without a 30-minute break. D. As many hours as they want. Answer. C. 10 hours, with no more than 5.5 continuous hours without a 30-minute break. Question 4. What is the default maximum speed limit for a taxi on a highway outside of cities, boroughs, villages, or built-up areas unless otherwise posted? A. 80 kilometers or 50 miles an hour. B. 60 kilometers or 40 miles an hour. C. 50 kilometers or 30 miles an hour. D. 100 kilometers or 60 miles an hour. Answer. A. 80 kilometers or 50 miles an hour. Question 5. When a taxi driver is about to stop to pick up passengers or for any other reason, they should: A. Stop anywhere to avoid losing passengers. B. Stop about 3 to 4 feet from the curb. C. Pull as close as possible to the left side of the road to keep the roadway clear for passing traffic. D. Stop immediately if no traffic is visible. Answer. C. Pull as close as possible to the left side of the road to keep the roadway clear for passing traffic. Question 6. When are you allowed to lend your taxi driver's badge and license? A. For identification purposes. B. It is not permitted. C. In emergencies. D. To a person who is the holder of a driving permit. Answer. B. It is not permitted. Question 7. If a licensing officer believes a motor vehicle does not meet the requirements of the Act or regulations and requests the vehicle for inspection at the licensing department, what can the owner do? A. Refuse to comply as the vehicle passed inspection 1 week earlier. B. Seek an appointment before bringing the vehicle for inspection. C. Comply with the officer's instructions. D. Bring the vehicle for inspection whenever they wish. Answer. C. Comply with the officer's instructions. Question 8. Where should you position your vehicle before making a right turn from a one-way street? A. Close to the left side of the roadway. B. Close to the right side of the roadway. C. Close to the center line of the roadway. D. It does not matter if you give the proper signal. Answer. B. Close to the right side of the roadway. Question 9. If the driver of a public service vehicle negligently or deliberately obstructs the free movement of any vehicle, person, or animal, they are guilty of: A. Negligent driving. B. Careless driving. C. Driving without due care. D. Obstruction. Answer. D. Obstruction. Question 10. If a public service vehicle driver is stopped by a uniformed police officer for carrying excess passengers, what must they do? A. Ignore the officer and drive away. B. Keep the excess passengers since he will already be charged. C. Ensure that all excess passengers exit the vehicle. D. Continue driving if the passengers have already paid. Answer: C. Ensure that all excess passengers exit the vehicle. Question 11. When approaching an intersection and noticing that traffic ahead is blocked, what should you do? A. Sound your horn to alert the cars ahead to move. B. Stay as close as possible to the vehicle in front. C. Stop before entering the intersection and wait until traffic clears. D. Proceed into the intersection and wait for traffic to move. Answer: C. Stop before entering the intersection and wait until traffic clears. Question 12. If you are driving slower than the normal flow of traffic, what should you do? A. Signal other drivers to pass you. B. Stay close to the right side of the roadway. C. Keep as far to the left side of the roadway as possible. D. Drive in the middle of the roadway. Answer: C. Keep as far to the left side of the roadway as possible. Question 13. What does the law say about the color of your vehicle? A. You can paint it any color of your choice. B. It must not be the same color as protective services vehicles. C. It can be painted red. D. It can be blue. Answer: B. It must not be the same color as protective services vehicles. Question 14. What does the law say about tinted glass and windshields on motor vehicles? A. They must not be tinted, treated, or darkened to the point where the inside of the vehicle is not visible from the outside. B. Tint is allowed as long as the interior is visible from 3 feet away. C. Tinted windows are permitted if the tint can be removed on short notice. D. Windows may be tinted so that the occupants inside are not visible. Answer: A. They must not be tinted, treated, or darkened to the point where the inside of the vehicle is not visible from the outside. Question 15. Who are generally considered the safest drivers? A. Those who always follow the law. B. Those who adjust their driving according to road and weather conditions. C. Those with the fastest reaction time. D. Those with the best vision. Answer: B. Those who adjust their driving according to road and weather conditions. Question 16. When an emergency vehicle with sirens approaches while you are on a two-way street, what should you do, as required by law? A. Pull to the left and stop. B. Reduce your speed to 15 kilometers or 10 miles an hour. C. Stop, then continue driving. D. Maintain your current speed. Answer: A. Pull to the left and stop. Question 17. What is the safest way to stop quickly on a wet roadway? A. Pump the brakes until the vehicle comes to a stop. B. Apply the brakes as you normally would. C. Keep your foot on the brake and let engine compression slow you down. D. Press the brakes hard and try to prevent the vehicle from skidding. Answer: A. Pump the brakes until the vehicle comes to a stop. Question 18. What should a driver do before entering a highway from a private road or driveway? A. Enter or cross the highway as quickly as possible. B. Sound the horn and proceed with caution. C. Give a hand signal and take the right of way. D. Yield the right of way to all vehicles approaching on the highway. Answer: D. Yield the right of way to all vehicles approaching on the highway. Question 19. When is a driver qualified to operate a taxi? A. At 17 years old if they own a vehicle. B. At 20 years old with regular driving experience. C. At 21 years old with at least 12 months of regular driving experience. D. At 25 years old with a valid driving permit. Answer: C. At 21 years old with at least 12 months of regular driving experience. Question 20. What is considered a public service vehicle? A. A goods vehicle. B. A wheeled tractor or trailer. C. A motor vehicle used to transport passengers for hire or reward. D. A private vehicle carrying passengers. Answer. C. A motor vehicle used to transport passengers for hire or reward. Question 21. Which of the following actions is legally permitted when driving a public service vehicle? A. Using a horn or other device to call for passengers. B. Demanding fares in advance from a passenger requesting a wait or extended trip. C. Smoking after a passenger has objected. D. Using abusive language or making insulting gestures toward a passenger. Answer. B. Demanding fares in advance from a passenger requesting a wait or extended trip. Question 22. A driver of a public service vehicle is permitted to A. Call out to people or otherwise solicit passengers for travel. B. Loiter with the intention of attracting passengers. C. Rev the engine or make excessive noise while waiting for passengers. D. Refuse to allow the vehicle to be used for any indecent or immoral purpose. Answer. D. Refuse to allow the vehicle to be used for any indecent or immoral purpose. Question 23. If a passenger leaves behind property in a public service vehicle, the driver must A. Deliver it to the police station nearest his residence within 24 hours if unclaimed. B. Keep it for 7 days before handing it over to the police. C. Immediately send it to the police station. D. Take it to a newspaper office. Answer. A. Deliver it to the police station nearest his residence within 24 hours if unclaimed. Question 24. When a passenger requests to exit a taxi, the driver must A. Stop only at a designated bus stop. B. Pull over to the left side safely without causing an obstruction. C. Stop wherever they choose. D. Make one stop to let all passengers off at the same time. Answer. B. Pull over to the left side safely without causing an obstruction. Question 25. A public service vehicle driver must be dressed A. In a sleeveless vest. B. Without a shirt or bare-chested. C. In short pants, shirt, and barefoot. D. In appropriate attire. Answer. D. In appropriate attire. Question 26. When approaching a stop sign, a driver must A. Slow down, honk the horn, and proceed. B. Slow down and proceed if the road is clear. C. Stop, honk the horn, then continue. D. Come to a complete stop and proceed only when it is safe. Answer. D. Come to a complete stop and proceed only when it is safe. Question 27. What is the maximum speed limit in cities, boroughs, villages, or built-up areas unless otherwise posted? A. 30 kilometers or 20 miles per hour. B. 50 kilometers or 30 miles per hour. C. 60 kilometers or 35 miles per hour. D. 40 kilometers or 25 miles per hour. Answer. B. 50 kilometers or 30 miles per hour. Question 28. If the traffic light facing you is red and you intend to go straight through an intersection, you must A. Stop, yield to pedestrians, and proceed with caution. B. Stop and proceed when the way is clear. C. Slow down and continue if the road is clear. D. Stop and proceed only when the light turns green and the road is clear. Answer. D. Stop and proceed only when the light turns green and the road is clear. Question 29. If a passenger requests to inspect a taxi driver's badge and license, the law requires the driver to A. Present them for inspection. B. Refuse to show them. C. Insult the passenger. D. Force the passenger to exit the taxi. Answer. A. present them for inspection. Question 30. If a person's driver's license is suspended, they may A. Drive in cases of extreme emergency. B. Drive to and from work. C. Drive if accompanied by a licensed driver. D. Not drive under any circumstances. Answer: D. Not drive under any circumstances. Question 31. A red traffic light at an intersection with a green arrow means A. You must stop and wait for a full green signal before turning in the direction of the arrow. B. You may proceed cautiously in the direction of the arrow, yielding to pedestrians and to other traffic that has the green light. C. You must come to a complete stop before proceeding. D. The green arrow is only for pedestrians. Answer: B. You may proceed cautiously in the direction of the arrow, yielding to pedestrians and to other traffic that has the green light. That's the end of part 1 of this review of the hired motor vehicle multiple choice questions. Keep going. Click on the video links on the sides to review part 2 and to continue preparing for your Trinidad and Tobago public service vehicle or hired driver's examination. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and comment. And of course, hit the notification bell and subscribe for more driving test guides.